Shalom. This is your brother Tazaki back with another lesson. Lord willing is quick, edifying, to the point. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and prophets and teachers out of great millstone who rule well and teach well. All right, it's going to do a couple chapters today. Don't know what I'm going to title it. Probably going to be in the spirit. But we're going to get through it as best way we can. Let's get into it. Right here you see on the King James Version it says God answers the prophet. I'm talking about Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, whichever way you want to try to pronounce it. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. We already know in verse 4 it's talking about his soul, the Edomite soul. We already know that. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his? How long? And to him that laddeth himself with thick clay. We already know that the thick clay is talking about heavy depths. We go into it. Aptit.
Strong's H 5671. Avtit.
Yep.
Avtit.
Way to pledges, heavy depths. They shall not rise up suddenly. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and established a city by iniquity. Behold, is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity? For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord Yahweh, as the waters cover the sea. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Just like in the days of Noah, same shit. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned into thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of beasts which made them afraid, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and of all that dwell therein. What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof had graven it, the molten image, and the teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusted therein to make dumb idols? A power that can't see. Let me read that 18 in NLT, because some people won't get that. What good is an idol carved by man, or a cast image that deceives you? How foolish to trust in your own creation, a God that can't even talk. Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. But the Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him. All right, let's go swing on over to Jeremiah real quick. Get a couple of scriptures out of there as well. You know the holidays coming up soon. A satire on idolatry. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Yasharallah, or Israel. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman, with the axe. We already know that's talking about a Christmas tree. I mean, do I need to go into the NLT version? Let's just read verse 4 to give you the answer. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. Now, what else could you fucking do to a fucking tree to make that motherfucker not move? It already don't move unless you cut it down. And certain everything shit sell a motherfucker and they decorate. Then they decorate however they want to decorate it. We're not going into that. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. Who would not fear thee, O King of nations? For to thee doth it appertain. For as much as among all the wise men of the nations, and in all their kingdoms, there is none like unto thee. But they are altogether brutish and foolish. The stock is a doctrine of vanities. All folklore, doctrine of vanities. Silver spread into plates is brought from Tarshish, and gold from Euphrates, the work of the workman, and of the hands of the founder. Blue and purple is their clothing. They are all the work of cunning men. But the Lord Yahweh is the true power. He is the living power and an everlasting king. At his wrath the earth shall tremble, and the nations shall not be able to abide his indignation. Thus shall ye say unto them, the gods that have not made the heavens and the earth, even they shall perish from the earth and from under these heavens. Talking about false idols, man. It's going to be a lot of people dying. Oh, man, I don't even want to get into it. So let's just keep reading. Now, matter of fact, we ain't got to get into all that. That'd be good enough. Matter of fact, let's just finish off in Psalms. Finish off with Psalms, and we'll be good. 78. God's guidance of his people in spite of their unfaithfulness. Because it's a lot of people out here that don't believe in the living power, nor his son. But hey, the ones that teach and the ones that believe know exactly who they is. Who Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is. Anyway, let's read. Mashiach, give ear, O my people, to my law. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of old, which we have heard and known, and our fathers have told us. We will not hide them from their children, showing to the generation to come the praises of the Lord in his strength, in his wonderful works that he hath done. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers that they should make them known to their children, that the generation to come might know them, even the children which should be born, who shall arise and declare them to their children, that they might set their hope in the Most High and not forget the works of the Lord, but keep his commandments. It might not be as their fathers, a stubborn and a rebellious generation, a generation that set not their heart aright, and whose spirit was not steadfast with the Most High. Not steadfast. Man, oh man, oh man. It's going to be a lot of... Ooh. The children of Ephraim being armed and carrying bows, turning back in the day of battle. They kept not the covenant of the Most High and refused to walk in his law, and forgot his works and his wonders that he had showed them. Marvelous things did he in the sight of their fathers, in the land of Egypt, in the field of Zoan. He divided the sea and caused them to pass through, and he made the waters to stand as an heap. In the daytime also he led them with a cloud, and all the night with the light of fire. He clave the rocks in the wilderness and gave them drink as out of the great depths. He brought streams also out of the rock and caused waters to run down like rivers. They sinned yet more against him by provoking the Most High Yahweh in the wilderness. Golly, man. Woo. And they tempted the Most High in their heart by asking meat for their lusts. Yeah, they spake against the Heavenly Father. They said, Can God furnish a table in the wilderness? Behold, he smote the rock that the waters gushed out, and the streams overflowed. Can he give bread also? Can he provide flesh for his people? Man, back then, god damn, boy, they was doing all that. They was doing all that complaining. It make you not even want to read some of these psalms sometimes, man. Therefore the Lord heard this and was wroth. So a fire was kindled against Jacob, and anger also came up against Israel, because they believed not in the Most High and trusted not in his salvation. Though he had commanded the clouds from above and opened the doors of heaven, and had rained down manna upon them to eat, and had given them of the corn of heaven. Men did eat angels' food. He sent them meat to the full. He caused an east wind to blow into heaven, and by his power he brought in the south wind. He rained flesh also upon them as dust, and feathered fowls like as the sand of the sea. And he let it fall in the midst of their camp, round about their habitations. So they did eat and were well filled, for he gave them their own desire. They were not estranged from their lust, but while their meat was yet in their mouths, the wrath of the heavenly Father came upon them and slew the fattest of them, and smote down the chosen men of Israel. For all this they sinned still and believed not for his wondrous works. Therefore their days did he consume in vanity, and their years in trouble. When he slew them, then they sought him, and they returned and inquired early after the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And they remembered that the Heavenly Father was not, they remembered that the Most High was their rock, and the high power their Redeemer. Nevertheless, they did flatter him with their mouth, and they lied unto him with their tongues. For their heart was not right with him, neither were they steadfast in his covenant. But he, being full of compassion, forgave their iniquity and destroyed them not. Yea, many a time turned he his anger away, and did not stir up all his wrath. For he remembered that they were but flesh, a wind that passeth away, and cometh not again. How oft did they provoke him in the wilderness, and grieve him in the desert? Yeah, they turned back and tempted the Most High, and limited the Holy One of Israel. Woo-wee. Golly, man. Sometimes our people don't know what's good for them, no matter what generation we in. They remember not his hand, nor the day when he delivered them from the enemy, how he had wrought his signs in Egypt, and his wonders in the field of Zoan, and had turned their rivers into blood, and their floods that they could not drink. He sent diverse sorts of flies among them, which devoured them, and frogs which destroyed them. He gave also their increase unto the caterpillar, and the labor unto the locust. He destroyed their vines with hail, and their sycamore trees with frost. He gave up their cattle also to the hail, and their flocks to hot thunderbolts. Man, y'all, I hope y'all getting the message how powerful the Heavenly Father is, and especially his son, man. Cause hey, we in Jacob's trouble, but they ain't kicked up yet. It's gonna ramp up. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation in trouble, by sending evil angels among them. He made a way to his anger. He spared not their soul from death, but gave their life over to the pestilence, and smote all the firstborn in Egypt, the chief of their strength in the tabernacles of Ham. But made his own people to go forth like sheep, and guided them in the wilderness like a flock. And he led them on safely, so that they feared not, but the sea overwhelmed their enemies. Just like in Egypt, you know. And he brought them to the border of his sanctuary, even to this mountain, which his right hand had purchased. He cast out the heathen also before them, and divided them in inheritance by line, and made the tribes of Israel to dwell in their tents. Yet they tempted and provoked the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and kept not his testimonies, but turned back and dealt unfaithfully like their fathers. They were turned aside like a deceitful bow. For they provoked him to anger with their high places, and moved him to jealousy with their graven images. When the Most High heard this, he was wroth, and greatly abhorred Israel, so that he forsook the tabernacle of Shiloh, the tent which he placed among them, and delivered his strength into captivity, and his glory into the enemy's hands. We know that's talking about tribe of Judah, leader tribe, which he had placed them on. Yeah. And again, let's read 61. And delivered his strength into captivity, and his glory into the enemy's hand. He gave his people over also unto the sword, and was wroth with his inheritance. The fire consumed their young men, and their maidens were not given to marriage. Their priests fell by the sword, and their widows made no lamentation. Then the Lord awaked as one out of sleep, and like a mighty man that shouteth by reason of wine. And he smote his enemies in the hinder parts. He put them to a perpetual reproach. Moreover, he refused the tabernacle of Joseph, and chose not the tribe of Ephraim, but chose the tribe of Judah, the Mount Zion which he loved. And he built his sanctuary like high palaces, like the earth which he had established forever. He chose David also his servant, and took him from the sheepfolds. From following the ewes great with the young, he brought him to feed Jacob his people, and Israel his inheritance. So he fed them according to the integrity of his heart, and guided them by the skillfulness of his hands. All right, Lord willing, we're edified. Again, that was just a lesson in the spirit. Lord willing, next time, Shalom.